by Lungu. Still Zambia trying to find space, trying to crack this defense that is proving very difficult for them. Free kick. Oh, interesting to see how the Coco Queens are pressing the Macedonia side. I mean, it's not every moment come to fore, and there's a card. We'll be able to confirm to whom that card goes. It looks like it's a Chumba, isn't it? Second Chumba is the first to be booked in this early moments of this particular encounter. The young lady is eager to get the ball, and in the process goes against the rules of the beautiful game according to the referee. But your impression so far, Chance, with regards to how the glasses have turned up in the first 9 minutes or so?
Well, it has been sort of an impressive show from the Copa Queens. They have been pressing, leading to panic, as we can see from North Macedonia. Quite some shivers into their camp, and you can see from that particular test that they're thirsty for goal. In the 60th minute, we had Irene Lungu actually testing the crossbar, showing that they want to start on the right, start on a high, because we know that how this campaign ends will pretty much determine how they're able to put up with the flair at the World Cup. So every step, every decision, every mind game that they play should be tailored towards how they can contend pressure. And so far, they've caused a bit of some mayhem or havoc in the North Macedonian camp, and it should turn for something right and good.
North Macedonia are looking very dangerous on this occasion. Zambia to block the shots as far as the defense department is concerned. Those inroads that the Macedonian side is making should be a source of worry for the defense department of the Copa Queens. Looks like the likes of Billy Margaret, as well as Temple Mata, need to be wary of those positions they're playing. So to be vulnerable in the fullback positions so far in the 10 minutes of football played as well. Zambia in possession now. Lungu is going to be very, very key when it comes to orchestrating those.
So the football bit that they're using is like they don't have those special cameras, and so it's very hard for us to take a good capture on the top side of the football pitch, and also on the other side because we're only using our main cameras, and it's very hard to really take this much.
Football look very easy. Chumba on the ball. Chumba. She's on fire, isn't it? Isn't she? Free kick to North Macedonia. 11 minutes of football being played so far, and doesn't we talk about how the Copa Queens have just raised the profile of women's football in the country? Tasa.
They have given especially good stories and good tidings to the women's league. Not for so long with regards prior to the time that they booked a place at the Tokyo Olympic Games. It was nothing but a cast shadow of women's football, but they have revived everything, and we can see from
Cross comes in, dangerous moment for the Copa Queens. She had carried it for the team as she stretches to lay her hands on that ball. But again, the after Macedonian side looks very dangerous when they danger forward, especially from the wings. It's not very, very with that.
Yeah, players like Rochi and Makutsi are quite detrimental to them. Very, very experienced, and their captain as well. And Nova Natasha, these are very experienced players that they should try to curtail by all means. And defenders like Lucio Momembo must really wake up Belemo, because she is more under threat and likely to be put in panic mode.
Belemo now. Belemo on the ball. Just possessed. In fact, he was out throw in. Free kick to Macedonia.
So it's Macedonia versus Zambia again. Just a reminder.
Evenly poised, isn't it? So far,
0-0.
First 13 minutes of football we have played thus far.
Again, Barbara Banda didn't make it up to come and play the game. So in the next game, that's when he's going to play. And this one is not. He didn't make it up. So we just pray he makes it up in time so that he can play the next game, which they are going to play.
Possessed now. It's Natasha on the ball. Very skillful cross comes into the penalty area. The edge of the penalty area, rather, was a dangerous moment for.
So Zambia is in the orange color and Macedonia is in the red color. Just in case you're not sure of which side is Macedonia and which side is Zambia.
Unaware. An effort goal from Rochi was rather devoid of precision. But again, defense concerns obviously must be popping up this, when it comes to the culture of this side. Maybe we need to, like, many were contending just after the Nations Cup, that Coach Bruce needs to add depth to his side in terms of the defense department. He seems to have a number of options in the midfield as well as up front, but he seems to have less options at the back.
Depth most certainly is required. Remember, we alluded to the fact that there will be pressure mounted on Margaret Belemo. Obviously, they've started the system and they've started the tact of the Copa Queens, but they are players that are quite huge inside this North Macedonian side, and some of the Copa Queens really do look like a shadow when they stand apart to par. So for players like Margaret Belemo, earlier you saw Chris Kachilukia and Irene Lungu come into her aid just to ensure that the ball was within reach for the Zambian defenders to clear that particular opportunity. But she needs more power, more strength, and more courage on the ball. Once she masters that particular art, she will be able to tone down, the pace of Rochi as well as Natasha there, and those who be the threat so far, because there's a scramble for ball sin, but Zambia do manage to return it in their favor.
Well, Zambia's next game will be up against Slovenia. Getting played on the 18th of February. Just crown for the ball. For Kati, who's up mentioned about practice, she's quite dangerous when she carries better forward. When she combines very well with Rochi, that's a very dangerous partnership. As well as Mila as well. So this Mila, they combine with Rochi and Matsuti Uda, they can injure you. So Zambia may need to be wary of that. As Antonova Natasha up front. Those are very good talents. It's fun to mention that they're never qualified for the World Cup of Macedonia. Based on that, one might be tempted, extremely tempted, to think that Zambia have an age as far as winning this cup is concerned.
But they're out to be party spoilers, so to say. Remember, this is a team that lost by 10 goals to nil against England in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers. That was last year in April. So in as much as they might be shaky, Brian, make no mistake, they can pull a surprise for them. They want to raise their profile. They want to be that team that could snatch happiness of World Cup bound teams, and one of them are the Copa Queens that they take on. So it would be a good thing or a blessing in disguise for them, perhaps, if they could be the team that gets all 3 points. Remember, it's a round robin tournament, but at the end of the day, what matters is who will have the cup in their hands. The Copa Queens shaking in the midfield, on the flanks, seemingly losing their stamina, but let's see if they could hold off this one.
They've got a ball. Channel on the left. Cross comes in. Well defended. Still both sides trying to find the time for the keep the game together. Kepa is sitting on fire. This looks promising for the Copa Queens, but the effort is rather weak. Kepa. That's effort. "19 minutes gone in this encounter. The Turkish Women's Cup. This year, many have said is the most well attended. This looks promising for North Macedonia. This could be one. The flag had gone up.
And because of the help of the offside, Zambia would have been down by 1-0. But there's an offside flag there.
In fact, it was
Statistics has it that Macedonia lost 10-0 from the time they were playing with England. And this is the opportunity for them to pick up the profile from Zambia. But again, Bambra Banda is not yet at the set light where they're playing the game because they didn't make it up. So maybe in the next game it's going to play. So Zambia is in the orange color and Macedonia is on the red color.
Very tough oppositions and then put the best on the globe. Surely have to bring in your paper.
You know, the stadiums for the women, you know, so complicated. There are no better cameras that know where the fans can be sitting, and it's really not conducive for the game. And it's like if they are just training, and I hope maybe the next game is going to be way better than this, because you know.
Position. There's some communication in the Copa Queens front line, and
so there's a miscommunication in terms of the flat line for the Zambian, because most of the time they're losing the ball while not even trying to shoot on the goal post.
For someone that hasn't seen the light of football, especially for the year 2022-2021 season, but you could tell that she is trying by all means to bring that Spanish flair to the team. Made a couple of runs as we had seen 2 minutes back. She made that beautiful pass out, but it is the lack of possession.
It's a chance for Zambia to make it up. If they score this one, they'll be leading by 1-0. It's a free kick for Zambia.
For the Copa Queens. It's a very good job, but unfortunately it's a bit wide, and that will account for nothing in terms of.
That was a good chance, and now the ball went wide the post, and they should be able to be taking these chances. If they lose them now, you know, it's going to be bad for them.
Missing out on the Nations Cup, just coming back into international duty at this particular time. You look at what she's done so far. Of course, we're able to see the best that she's known for. She seems to have got some quality when it comes to this particular squad.
Trying to regain strength and trying to show Bruce more, but tend to positively that she deserves to be on the list. She's given a best, but let's see if it's enough. Not enough for this Copa Queen side. Remember, they are still trying to see which player does better. Most of these squads have a lot of competition. Remember, in the squad, the composition of the striking force is not the same when Barbara is there. You see the likes of Siomala Mapepa trying to reinforce. You've got midfield that is star-studded. You've got Irene Lungu. You've got Hava Chitundu. Most of these players just out to see the zeal, and you can tell that there is a lot of enforcement that is needed. Some of the players need to grow, mature on the ball confidence, because the World Cup is definitely out to end.
Zambia's venturing forward now.
So Zambia is having this instinct of when they take the ball to the goalpost, let's go. There's always a miscommunication between them and amongst the forward front line. So we don't really know if they're going to score. And Macedonia is also very spicy when it comes to the forward front line. They're really making it out. So the next game for Zambia is against Slovenia. Do not confuse. This is Macedonia. They're playing with currently.
Surely, what the choice in terms of the option as well, than Angie as well. Sometimes it's very difficult for coaches, Chancellor, you agree with me, to pick the best starting 11 from a tour that is filled with quality. And this is what the Copa Queens team is all about.
But you could tell that for Group Smart Bait, it is more of coordination, it is more of getting the players in the right frame of mind, Brian. They really need to race up. They really need to own up. They really need to push up. And such tournaments are good for getting them in that particular move, getting them in that particular atmosphere where they can actually test their capabilities. But we hope this will sum up to something beautiful for the Copa Queens. Remember, they will not be facing mean teams. We've got the likes of the USA, Brazil, France. These are big and household names in women's football, and looking at where Zambia is coming from, it has been a great journey. Most of these were young in 2017, but they have really grown to a place where they can challenge, to a place where they can actually, get to the African face, the likes of Barbara Banda, fierce in nature. We've got Grace Chanda. These are some of the players that haven't actually been given an opportunity to be on. Most of them due to jet lag, I think it's keeping them on. But should you have an opportunity of giving them entrance, you will see how the tempo will switch up owing to the fact that they have that experience and they have that maturity that we need to really open up. I think the Copa Queens need to open up in midfield. That's where the damages are actually, and that's where we haven't seen much concentration. And we can see actually Margaret Belemo, they're trying to get a bit of some whole assistance. It has really had a toll on her in just 26 minutes. She's been caught off guard mostly, and if she is not in the right frame in terms of stature, she does cause a loophole or an open window for the Macedonian team to attack, and that's where the injustice comes on in for the Copa Queens. But she needs a little bit of help, a little bit of players that could bulldoze the big masculine women in the North Macedonian team, and if she's able to hold it, then good for the team.
Well, in the week days leading up to this particular encounter, okay, Belemo did tell the media that the team is fully prepared for this particular encounter. That was after the coach, Bruce Mabe, disclosed that he's going for one thing, to bring the title home, the champion integration. Women's title. The first time the Zambia is winning it. Because this is the first time the Zambia is taking part in this tournament. Cox comes in. The aim is still down. He says he's put a muscle or something. It's very serious.
We don't really know if she's gonna make it up.
A very important facet for this women's I think the right back in the Margaret. Corner kick to the Copper Queens here. They have hit the upright once. Picture it on Grace Channel warming up. It's like what is a change actually? Two changes. Giving you more information as far as those changes are concerned, but definitely in your picture, Chanda Grace is set to come on. It's a coach. Those one, we're not wanting to waste time in terms of making changes. It looks like somebody out there on the pitch is not doing what the script says and demands this afternoon. Throw into the Macedonia. So it tells you that coach is not here to play around. He's here for serious business. Well, many think it's a friendly match. He says no, this is a competition, and we must be able to impress. We must be able to turn up, win, and impress. Seriousness at its best on the part of coach Grossman, basically.
That's because there will not be so many windows that you can actually get that gets you such such good performances or such good opportunities to showcase yourself. He knows this is the only time Zambia have to test their capabilities, and in changing his mid-critical changes, Chris Kachulufia is out, replaced by Rachel Kundananji. Switch for power, but let's see if this particular decision could bear fruit for Bruce Murphy. Under pressure, he must be.
What do you think could be behind these changes? What does want to achieve? And you're bringing Kundananji, Rachel, not being with the team. In less than, after 30 minutes football being played in this encounter, what does that tell you about what he wants to achieve as far as changing the shape? Of course, how the team does it not result.
The soul of the Copper Queens is the midfield. If Ivarin Katongo doesn't bring out the best, the same for Irene Lungu. So he's brought in strikers that could also add in a flair. Remember, some of them are picked to the point or point-on-point strikers, but he's brought in players like Kundananji who can also draw back, be the brain of the midfield, and also cushion for goals to go, up front, and that's what he's doing. He's also brought in Marcel to ensure that the likes of Margaret Belem are not good off the ball. Then you see the stature, you see her height. It does complement the decision that he's made very well for Grace. She's got the touch, she's got the speed that could actually turn on any other midfield, give a bit of some options to the likes of Ivarin Katongo and Irene Lungu. But those changes, where to see if they will bear the right fruit. But for me, I think it is a decision made in the right direction, provided the players come to the part.
Macedonia now in attack. Passing is rather poor. Zambia can now move forward. See the energy changing it with the park for the Copper Queens. This looks promising. Poncho Rover gathers and look for space to launch this attack for the Macedonia. Kundananji brings more pace and power up front for the Copper Queens. Like you mentioned, one of her attributes is the fact that she can also join the defense department in trying to thwart danger. But she's also good in the air, so these are the qualities that she brings to this side. Still scoreless after 31 minutes played here. Nothing to worry. Is on Nadi to launch that one into right the level into play. It's Chanda on the ball right now. Apologies for the freezing of the picture that you might be experiencing right now. This is obviously due to some technical challenges that we are encountering. However, our technical crew is working on the clock to show that everything is rectified according to the challenging technology. But still scoreless between North Macedonia and the Pop Queens of Zambia. This Turkish women's tournament. Nadi on the ball. Martha Tambo. So interesting to see how Bishop has turned out so far. Counter always busy. There she is on the ball. Finds Chanda. Grace was a very, very interesting figure. The key one for the Philippines as they were up against Africa at the Nations Cup. Or they looked good at the Nations Cup, and if they can build that success, surely they are destined for greatness at the World Cup. As well as at the tournament here, Chanda on the ball. Fact was in the 90, right? On that particular occasion. Corner kick to the Copper Queens here. Just on the edge, Kundananja as well, venturing forward into the penalty area. Great in the air with Messi, corner kick is not ball taken. It will come with nothing. To take the completion of the scoreline. Two scoreless of Macedonia and Zambia here. First game. This is Turkish Women's Cup. Elbow moves one to the penalty area for Chanda Kundanaji. No range efforts. Nothing to talk about as far as this scoreline is concerned. 34 minutes gone, still scoreless here. Belemo on the ball. Up just a play from Belemo. Moves one into the penalty area. Trying to explore as many options as they can in terms of cutting this of the Macedonian defense departments. Kundananji finds Lungu. Lungu on the ball once again. Prolific midfielder this Douglas. Promised to be one that's going to steal the stage. Zambia does turn up at the World Cup this July. Goes up with one forward. So Zambia with the second ball. Wembana on the ball. Wanga seemingly not doing very well, combining very well with the last of Kundananji and Grace Chanda. 3 big pardon. Combined well, Zambia will be song. Kundananji finds Grace Chanda with one. It's blocked and it's going to go off for a corner kick to the Copper Queens. Referee says it's looking to Macedonia. In this tournament, also look out for the members of the Copper Queens, South Africa, who are also in this tournament. They too are promising to bring in some very impressive player when it comes to this year's Turkish Women's Cup. Also appearing for the very first time. This is Belen Griff to Lungu. Minutes, still scoreless. Skip on the side, brought down in the midfield. Over Natasha. Free kick to North Macedonia. It's one that is the goal, but Cincinnati is very well. Referee says play on. This could be the moment. She took so much time on the ball. Could be magic. Took too much time on the ball. So many touches. Chanda. This is Lungu. Still between the lines in the on half, struggling to get rid of this danger. 39 minutes gone, still scoreless. This first encounter at this year's Turkish Women's Cup. Here at the Gold City Sports Complex in Turkey's Alanya. Confidence from his passes is one that leaves you all strike. They've had the position, but they seem to be struggling to make it count.
Most definitely, and that's because they've opened up the midfield, but they haven't yet learned how to use the left flank of the wing. You have Ochumba Oseke, and you also do have Siomala Mapepa, who are laying in wait. The introduction of Grace Chanda and Rachel Kundananji has given more power to the right arm of this field, but they need to cross these balls over, and they need to utilize the midfield so far, because in as much as it's bringing in the required flair, it's also exposing the team, and they need to have it more coordinated, because clubs will be able, or teams rather, will be able to study this system and see where they can lock this particular team. See if you could tone down Kundananji, tone down Grace, then it means you'd actually put a haunt on this team, but they need to revitalize the presence of Mapepa and the presence of Ochumba Oseke was currently the top scorer in the Women's League, a tune of 18 to 19 goals, if not mistaken. That much she has, but she needs the confidence, she needs the stamina. So far, they're doing very well. Pressure hits less on Margaret Belemo, but the others need to also hit it.
Going forward now. They look dangerous, the Copper Kings, but the ball is well cleared out of danger. Still the Copper Kings in possession now. 40 minutes gone. The first half of this first encounter this year's Turkish Women's Cup. Connected to the Copper Queens, who desperate need of the first goal, judging from how they have shown character in holding on to possession. How they let themselves when they venture forward to attack the goal mouth of Macedonia. Market comes. Still Zambia now. Doing on the ball. player for the midfield in terms of orchestrating the attack moments for the we're talking about the fact that the big names that are on the pitch right now, Chumba, as well as Deba, must turn up, must combine well with the other big names in the Nigeria as well as Grace Chanda up front. They team these players together with the very talented Lungu in the middle of the park. Victory is almost guaranteed for the Cobblekins here. The player down for North Macedonia. Minutes gone, and then over Natasha as well as Medeva trying to gain each other on how they can crack this Copper Queen's outfit. Looks like Rochi Jana is negotiating up on her feet here. See that she can be able to continue with this particular encounter. 42 minutes gone, still scoreless as we near the half-hour mark of this particular encounter. Zambia have enjoyed the bulk of the possession, but nothing to talk about in terms of the scoreline as they seem to be struggling to break down this Macedonian team. Looks like there's a change coming, isn't it? To be abreast of that one as we progress with the final details of that particular change final. The play from Zambia with that ball. Will not change anything in terms of the score sheet yet. Still 0-0. So want to bring in Stina. Shibeska to come in for after Macedonia. So we confirming that change as we progress. Tell you that there is some movement in phase of the Macedonian technical bench. Korea is all trying to bring some freshness. That change is motivated by the fact that Rochi Jana is injured apparently, and she will not be able to continue action here. A minute to go before the end of the first half here. And they now forced to defend. Pressing high, trying to win all the second balls on the pitch. They do that very, very well. It's great effective. Cross into the airways blocks. Zambia still enjoying the possession here. Chanda is dispossessed. Chan down the ball now. Not Rampales is around that particular one. 3 minutes about the time we shall play here. We saw a few stoppages. I think those were good enough to offer time more than 3 minutes. Very interesting to manage this particular encounter this month. Appreciating his concern. trying to use the left flank. The Copa Queens is not working. Paper trying to bring it again. Paper, she's been quiet in the last 10 minutes or so. Macedonia now. It's very dangerous going to venture forward. Not really free kick. Any worries, you think, for the coach, Joseph Magnus? Macedonia player matches up right now. Good to go. Then press to help him throw the ball in Zambia's own half. Throw into Zambia. Play in terms of how the Blasters are pressing this North Macedonian team. Very pressure. Chance
A good show off.
hit the half-hour mark in this particular encounter.
A good show off so far, a good show off, but you will see instances where there are lapses in defense, where you cannot see a coordinated midfield, where you have strikers